Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. So as y'all can see by the screen, today we are gonna listen to LECRAE talk about some of his experiences in Hollywood and how he went to some of these Diddy parties, but didn't partake in any other activities, or shall I say, zestivities that was going on at those parties. Now, I've never talked about LECRAE on this channel. I don't think I've ever really had a reason to. But recently, I think he has a podcast or something like that on his YouTube channel where he does like deep talks with LECRAE. And he decided to jump on the topic. Now, could that Cat Williams interview be the reason why he did? Probably so, because that interview has been bringing a lot of people, back to the internet to do interviews. Even Orlando Brown did an interview that was, I think it sits almost at 2 million views. It's a pretty good interview. So far, I haven't really found anything that I should cover from that interview. It was kind of one of them interviews where I think he was more just kind of like double talking and just, he wasn't really going in like he usually do. I think he just wanted to jump on the internet and do an interview. So it's brought a lot of people out to say a bunch of things about what's been going on recently in Hollywood. And, Diddy being like, at the end of every topic, every conversation, it's cool to see all of this stuff coming out and, sick people being exposed for these sick things that they've done in the dark so long. Now, do I quite believe what LECRAE is saying and the fact that he didn't participate in any of this stuff? No, I really don't. To me, the way he talks, I feel like he's lying about a lot of it, but it's good to hear because it's another person that admits to going to these things, whether or not we believe that they actually took place and what was actually going on. But I'm going to let y'all be the judge of that for yourselves. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know who LECRAE is. I think he might be in his 40s now, but he kind of came up on the scene. He might have been a Christian rapper. I'm not really sure. But, his time has kind of came and went. So for the people that don't know him or the people that do, y'all go ahead and check this out.
And then
have you been to these parties personally? Have you seen them?
You can't get.
That's a Doggy Diamonds question. Shout out Doggy Diamonds.
Right.
Shout out
You can't make it to the real party because somewhere if you're not a homosexual, they got a filtering out process.
Yeah.
So they'll send a stylist. They'll have you out and about because they trying to drug you. So you be in a studio session late at night and they'll see if you a meatball. Yo, bro, here, hit this blunt. You ain't see the blunt get rolled, or yo, bro, take this drink right here. And you like, hold on, bro, listen, homie, I ain't with that. And some dudes that get drunk, like I've been in studios with artists, famous artists, and I seen take a bottle that wasn't theirs, and they in the studio all woozy. I'm out. I don't know what happened to that person after, but that shit didn't. It's like trying to get a chick drunk because we want to pop, right? So,
I wasn't even gonna say nothing about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I've been to a couple Diddy parties. Now, I'm risking a lot by saying this because I know as soon as I say that, all the assumptions are going to come in and if I don't say evil things were taking place, then I'm covering for them. And if I do say evil things were taking place, then I'm one of them ones like, yeah, LECRAE, expose it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been to lots of parties. I've been to Jamie Foxx. I've been with Snoop. T.I., I've been to lots of places. There are people who will test you. There are people who will see how far your limits are. And if you're willing to take a step, then they'll take two. I, in my personal experience, never saw anything where someone was like, you can't move any further unless you do X, Y, or Z. But what I did see was if you do X, Y, or Z, well, keep coming because and that's how we all are. It's Psalm 1, right? It says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, who does not stand in the way of sinners, who does not sit in the seat of mockers. You start walking, they gonna walk with you, and now you find yourself standing. They like, oh, you stand? Well, if you stand, come sit. Now, next thing you know, you're sitting. And so it was never a situation where I felt forced to sit. It was a situations where I was asked, do you stand? Do you stand? And I'm like, I don't stand. Oh, okay, cool. And then I was left alone. It's like, oh, he's not about that life. He's not with it. I'm leaving him alone. And this is what I'll say, and I won't say whose party I was at or what party, but this is a crazy situation, right? I was at one of these parties, and for me, I'll be honest, it was a mix of work, because this is oftentimes where you go to connect with people, where you go to meet people. And I have met people here, and I have built bonds, and they have said, I have met actors and celebrities who said, man, thank you for being here. I needed your presence here. You're the reason why I know God is walking with me. And we've had conversations since where they're like, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Because how you going to be a light if you never in the dark? Now, if you cannot handle being in the dark, stay up out of certain places, right? Don't play tug of war by yourself. I never went to these events by myself. I was always with people who were walking in the light, and we always had a mission. It was never just to go in there and wild out and be stupid.
Now, real quick, before we listen to what else LECRAE has to say about his experience, just by listening to him begin that talk, you could already tell he's like playing the fence. Now, maybe he's far outside of this life that he used to live in the industry, but he once lived it. And I'm not completely saying that he's lying, but he sounds a little bit of hypocritical at the same time. Because if you go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11, which I feel like, my channel and who I am, I kind of, I represent this. A lot of us represent this. Take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, you expose that darkness. That's what we do on this channel. I don't take part in nothing. Like I don't get down with none of that stuff that we talk about here on this channel. People like us, we aren't invited to these kind of things. Now, I'm not even just talking about, obviously we're nowhere near Hollywood and all that good stuff, but I'm just saying in our everyday lives, I don't mingle with people who are not like me. If we want to keep it really simple, I don't mingle with those kind of energies. I can't. It's not in my soul. It's not in my heart. I'll immediately feel that this is not comfortable for me. I can't be around you. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to the strip club. I don't go to parties. Like, I don't get down with none of that stuff where things can take place that will, taint my soul, have me around these different kind of energies to where my night could end up my last night. You know what I'm saying? Just like your grandparents say, ain't nothing good going on past like 12 o'clock. If you out and about in the streets, in the clubs, it's 2, 3, 4 in the morning, ain't nothing good going on. You damn near walking with demons. I don't care what you're doing. There's nothing good going on. And that goes for people that you're around every day. Like some of these people, they have no souls. Some of these people are walking darkness. Like these people evil. Don't involve yourself with it. Don't be around it. Then you won't take on that energy. You won't take on things that could possibly happen to you because you around this person, who got stuff going on that you have no idea about. And now your whole life has become in danger from something where you should have been in the house just chilling, And this ain't to say don't have fun, but like where fun ends at. Like, it's not that serious. I'd rather, do nothing and live another day to do whatever I want than, out here risking my life, willing to do anything at all times of the night. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. But anyway, let's continue the clip.
But the other side of the coin is, yes, if I'm a human, so I'm frail. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was moments for me of like, oh my gosh, I'm here. I'm part of the crew. Like, look at me. Yes, I struggle with acceptance and wanting to be associated with greatness. And I got caught up in some of that nonsense internally, but you would have never known that. What I will say is at one particular party, lots of big names. There was an artist there who said, hey, LECRAE, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here. And I was like, what? You just don't want to be here at 1 in the morning. And I was like, now my pride kicked in like, yo, you don't know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can handle myself. Like, I'm not some little church boy who ain't never seen nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you talking about? Well, it's probably 12:30. I'm downstairs. I go downstairs to the studio. I come up out the studio and I'm headed back upstairs to like the main area where everyone's kind of congregating and hanging out. And the music changed. It was like really hard and heavy at first. And then, you know, like jam and dancing music. And it was a little softer. You know, it was a little more sensual when I came out the studio and started going upstairs. And on my way upstairs, there's like this couch. I won't say how the couch is designed because then that may give away whose party and whose house this was. There was a couch, and on the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy. And man, and I was like, oh, you know, my brain, I'm thinking, well, you know, this celebrity party, people do what they do. As I started moving upstairs, I passed them up and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just going at it. I was like, okay, it's time for me to roll. I'm going to grab my stuff and I'm going to get up out of here. I did not know that's how this went down. So was that shocking? Absolutely. Was I forced or coerced into anything? I was not. But why they felt that comfortable, I don't know. Maybe the invite list, they was like, yeah, all these people, I don't know. I'm shocked that it went down. But I've been to another situation, another person's party, celebrity party, and, you know, a celebrity tapped me on my shoulder and I was hanging out with them and they was like, yo, nephew, you might want to go into the other party because this cabana, we about to close it up. And they closed up the cabana and there was about 3 or 4 big name artists in there. And a whole bunch of ladies start walking in that cabana and a security guard stood in front of the door. Hey, they didn't coerce me. And shout out to my guy, Brandon T. Jackson, man. Brandon T. Jackson, you know, I don't know what he's up to these days, but at this particular party, Brandon T. came up to me and he said, yo, man, like Satan will steal your soul in this industry, bro. And he was really like, I loved the fact that he felt like, he's like, I love your soul and your spirit, and I want you to thrive, Cray. I don't want you to get devoured out here. And I just appreciated that because for him, he was like, he has seen some detriments and some of the dark side of things. And he was like, yo, I want you to be taken care of.
Speaking of church,
what's up?
Have you been to a P. Diddy party?
Nigga, don't try to put the power bottom spirit on me, nigga.
I'm just saying, like, you know, you're in these crowds.
He trying to put the power bottom spirit on me. Bro.
Not the power bottom spirit.
Y'all wild for that.
I'm just saying, have you attended, have you got invited to one of these?
Just edit this right, man. Just edit this right. He loved it. This is the part he loved.
Have you been into these rooms where these
I leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, there you go.
That's what Denzel told me. Leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. That's it.
Have you ever heard someone say, hey, after party, XXX place, and you be like, man.
It's always after party, but you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
See, now, a part of me felt like LECRAE was just talking. Like he's definitely been around it. He's been involved in Hollywood. He's been in those parties. He's been around some of the worst people, you know, sick-minded people. And I felt like in that clip, it was almost one of those things where, look, if you're not willing to expose it and just go ahead and completely give your thoughts about it, why even bring it up in the first place? You know, because I wasn't doing this video because, oh, LECRAE brought us something we've never heard before. I was more doing it because he chose to take the route of, like, you know, almost being scared in a sense. You know, because he acknowledged the fact that if he doesn't expose the evil, he's part of it. But if he does, he's one of those ones that's like, oh, expose it, expose it. But wouldn't you rather be that person to expose it than be the one that was basically scared to say anything? It's like if Cat Williams brought you out the closet to do this interview and start telling stuff, Cat Williams let it all out the box. You know, and right, he's more relevant than you are. He's still getting Netflix specials. Everybody really think Cat is like a double agent, you know? But here he goes with a video with 20-something thousand views, was scared to really even give his true account of what he's experienced in Hollywood. So, you know, it's, once again, you know, it's just another person who's been involved in it and, you know, claims to be who he is, but really was not willing to stand up for the truth or walk in that light. And he said, you know, he walking with people that's in the light. What kind of light? What kind of light y'all walking in? Because you weren't even willing to tell a story that's probably 10 years old. And that last clip with Brandon T. Jackson, that was actually a very recent interview that he did as well, which is why I said that Cat Williams interview brought a lot of people out, because he hadn't done an interview in a minute from back, you know, when he was talking about the dress thing with Martin Lawrence and the fact that he was willing to wear a dress in order to work with Martin Lawrence. Y'all remember that clip? I put that clip in one of my videos, you know, where he was talking about he basically, you know, wearing that dress was a curse to his life. Everything changed for him. He felt like he had sold his soul and he regretted. He was like, you know, today I wouldn't take $1 trillion in order to put that dress on again.
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature. Right. I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, you know, don't get in the dress. So the Awakened brand, and you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get in the dress.
Yeah. Was there like, how did they present that? Well, you knew right away you had to get in the dress.
I did the scene on lottery ticket.
Okay.
That scene on lottery ticket. After that, they were pushing his dress on me. It was something about that scene that touched a lot of people, and I think I was too real. I think they did the same thing like to Tupac. When you too real, they start looking at you like, hold on, how'd this slip past us? Who's this guy?
And remember, Cat Williams was saying he was supposed to have that role, but he wasn't willing to do it. He was like, go ahead, y'all get Brandon T. Jackson to do it. And back then, Brandon was willing to do it. Obviously, he's a whole new person. And he already know what's going on. He said Denzel Washington told him to leave 30 minutes before the devil get there. And that's pretty powerful in itself. We already know what's going on. So basically, that's them all admitting that they go. But you might want to go on and get up out of there before that devil walk in. So I don't know, man. I found that interesting. You know, since LECRAE brought up Brandon T. Jackson, I thought I'd throw that in there real quick for the people that haven't seen it. It's about an hour-long interview, but he don't really go into detail like how he did a couple years back when he was really talking about that whole dress thing with Martin and so on and so on. This interview was more funny. He didn't really, you could kind of tell he wasn't really trying to go in the way that he know he could. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. I ain't gonna keep tearing at it too long. I just wanted to bring this to y'all, see what y'all think. So with that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.